Okay, doing a voice test. Why don't I hear anything from my computer? Okay, wait a minute. It's functioning properly. I'm just a little confused right now. I'm just. Hello. I wanted to. Hopefully, I can get a couple people in here. Um, did my last three live streams because I'm wanting, and it's always the same story. I keep trying to walk away from all this because I want to put it behind me and just move forward, with my goals in life. And part of my goal is to get away from um, talking about other people um, like they're scumbags. And every time I try, one of them has to open their mouth and say something so just insane that I got to respond to it. Hello, Guido. So yeah, I mean, I haven't deleted any of my videos. I just privated them. Simply because I don't feel comfortable with leaving them up, or even after a while when I look back at them and I see that I'm not proud of myself for what I do here. And but I wish there was a way I could just do this and not have it bother me on a spiritual level. Yeah, I saw a little bit. Saw Buff. We see. I got home at 4, and I made myself a little bit of mashed potatoes and gravy. Ate something. And I felt really sleepy, and I laid down. I woke up like 30 minutes ago. Yeah, something about 30 minutes ago. And the first thing I saw on my feed was buffweed, and then I listened to it and I went, shit, wait, Shanny made something. She made something about the military, and I almost responded to that, and then I was like, well, I was thinking about responding to it, and then I was like, nah, she's an idiot. I gotta let this go. I gotta let this stuff go. And then I know she put up this other one where like something about smear campaigns against her or something. So whatever is happening to her behind the scenes, it's probably either something's done in like her real personal life, or it's something on another platform. Like she's not getting the results she likes. So now she's going on this tangent. Is like, all of us have failed her, and we're talking bad about her. And I don't know. It's like on a religious level, we have failed to recognize how divine she is, how holy she is, and we have failed to prostrate ourselves before her and give up our resources to her. And somehow that makes us hellbound, or something on, like, it's just nuts. It's just freaking nuts. Okay. Undead Raymond, how you doing? Hello, Christy Claw. But yeah, that's what I mainly want to respond to. I had it set up a moment ago, but something happened with my camera and I had to cancel everything. So I got to pull her channel back up again. And I was looking at some of the comments, and I went back and watched. I watched like about 10 minutes of it, and she's just going insane. So yeah, let me put Shanny Lives up here, which now she goes by Queen Shanny. And I said this before. This is her. The fact that she calls herself Queen Shanny tells you volumes of how important she feels that she is. When she's nothing but a big bloated bum on in a tent, living someone else's tent, actually, that she got from them. I guess they just gave it up because they don't need it. I think it was the vampire guy. Or did G-Man buy them that tent? I don't think he bought them that tent. But it wasn't hers. And so they're living in this borrowed tent, the secondhand tent, and they're living on somebody else's property. You know, some I don't know if they're like in in a wooded area back behind I don't know, some store or something, or warehouse or some kind of thing like that. Everywhere you go, if you're a homeless person, everywhere you go, unless it's a public park, then that's public property, and you got a whole nother bunch of issues there. Um, Somebody else owns that land, so this is just her. This is just how she is. So let me pull her up here. So the first one she did was only like about 11 minutes long. It said the U.S. is screwing over our veterans. Oh, I need to screen share. What am I doing here? I think she threw Vampire Guy out. Nobody gave it to him. He don't need it. They're not homeless anymore. I don't think. The vampire guy and the lady that he's with, yeah, he got a job, and she's looking into other housing and stuff. It's the last I heard of it. So entire screen, click the box there, system audio, and share. So yeah, so we got Shanny's page here. I want to take a look at her post. Let's see what she's got up here. Maybe that'll give us a clue. I don't know. She's posting other people's stuff. Oh, and she's talking about the war thing. I don't know why she's fixated on the freaking war. It's got nothing to do with her. And which war? There's at least 3 that I know of. Oh, is this about Britney Spears? Oh, she's constantly obsessed with saying that her and Britney Spears are similar. Like, no. For one, Britney Spears is in relatively good physical health. She's she's very attractive, and she's got a ton of money and family that gives a damn about her. So I don't. There's no comparison. And she's talented. She's been an entertainer since she was a teenager. So no, there is no comparison. Yeah, let me go to her live stream here. God.
I move on with my life. I don't have.
Oh, shut up. Oh, let's look at some of the comments first. So people have been posting comments. So Shanny's griping, and so she's got here threatening to sue your own son. Called your son a pedo, threatened to sick FBI on your own son, threatened to call police on channels that called you out. Chose a man who kicked your child over the safety of the child. You have earned every single bit of hate you've gotten. I would have to agree. I wholeheartedly agree. You know, if Shanny wants to like put all her crap behind her, all she's got to do is shut up. All she's got to do is shut up and do what she needs to do. But the whole thing, and this has been pointed out before, the whole thing is that Shanny has to have attention from YouTube. She has to have attention, no matter if it's good or bad. She has to have it because that's part of her plan for whatever that's worth. That's part of her plan to become somewhat of a success story, is to be people on YouTube and the internet as a whole as quasi-famous, successes, where people are watching their content and they're like, oh, I like your opinions about whatever the nonsense is that you're talking about. And that's all they know is nonsense. They don't know a damn thing. They don't know nothing about life. They don't know nothing about anything. They're like Vaughn, but I don't know who's worse really. They're like so freaking similar. Vaughn has a little bit more going on. Like he has his food stamps. And there is he could if he wasn't stupid, he could get Social Security right now and go and apply for SSI to make up the difference between what little he gets in Social Security and what. No, wait a minute, he has to wait till 65 to get SSI, I believe. Um, he should go to a mental institution or somebody um, that's in the mental health care profession and get himself a diagnosis, and maybe he can get a disability just because he's freaking nuts. And I just don't understand these people. Like if there's a choice to make, they always make the one that's the worst possible choice. They always pick the worst, whatever it is. It's gonna that they oh well, we could do this thing or this thing to try to better our situation. They always pick the worst possible choice, and then they cry. I went to the office. Well, I didn't get okay. I said I got home at 4. I got off at 4, but on the way home, I stopped by my office where that employs me, and I was telling them my basic plan is that since DoorDash is no longer as viable as I hoped they would be, with the change in the platform they just made a few weeks back, and also the price of gas and where I'm afraid it might head in the near future. So that's making DoorDash a lot less of a dependable thing. So I went to my employer and I said, well, it looks like I might have to do this for a couple more years. And because I told them that I planned on leaving at the end of the year and moving back to my hometown and where my family is. And so then I told them today, well, it looks like I'll have to not do that. I'll have to wait probably 2 more years once I get everything settled. But I did tell them that at the end of the year, this year is already taken care of as far as keeping myself under the right restrictions with Social Security because I get my first Social Security check here in a few days, and so I told them that when the end of the year comes around, I'll have to lower my availability to meet the limitations that Social Security is imposing on me in order to maintain my monthly benefits. So instead of being available for 40 hours, I can only probably be available for about 30. And I'm somewhat enjoying the idea of only working a few hours a day, 4 to 5 hours at the most, and maintaining my 30 hour a week limit. So I'm kind of enjoying that a little bit. I don't feel quite as stressed out with my workday, and all this hecticness is like, oh, I got to make sure I get all enough hours so that I can pay my bills and stuff. Social Security is really going to help with that. But anyway, that's my situation, and I'm rambling. So let's just get into this crap here. Oh, let me check out the comments here. I don't want to ignore people. I've been accused of not reading the chat, and I don't really read it as often as I should. Christy Claus says she's a huge victim as usual. She's mad at Buff because she had to leave the motel and go back to the tent. Well, that was a long time ago. That was weeks and weeks ago, wasn't it? We aren't good Christians because somebody isn't housing and feeding her. Yeah, she does. I heard her say this "Oh, you're failing your Christian duties by talking bad on me," which she could have a point there. Okay, then she goes on to say because you're not taking care of her, you're not taking care of the poor. Okay, when she says you're taking care of other poor, she means herself. We all know that's what that means. Um, that you're not taking care of the needy, the poor, and all that. Um, And that's what you need to do in order to please God and forgive Shanny for all her past infractions. That's what you need to do in order to please God. And she's correct on a surface level, but if that's the criteria that we have to go by, then so does she. So she did all kinds of horrible things to her children and people that she's had relationships with. Doesn't work anywhere, refuses to work. All she wants to do is consume other people's resources and then claim this is what God says for you to do. But she herself will never has never done that and never will do that. Even when back when she had resources, when she had money, she wasn't rich by any real standard, but the resources she was able to get from her boyfriend Jason, not her husband, her boyfriend. Um, that was more than most of us will ever see at one time. We have to work our whole lives to even have a fraction of what she pissed away. So, and when she was in that position, she called the rest of us scumbags. She called the rest of us peasants and worthless, and laughed that she got to live it up while the rest of us had to struggle. And now she's struggling more than any of us ever had to, simply because she just squandered everything. They pissed it away, and now they want to claim victim and everything. And then when we say, get off your ass and work like we have to, um, then like, oh, we're being horrible. When she was worse, when she had money, she was far worse. And it wasn't even her money. It was Jason's. Check your notification. Hello, cousin Matt.
So, welcome in, people. Welcome in.
Yeah, Vaughn, I have reluctantly wore this shirt, but I got to do laundry. I have very little clean shirts left. And yeah, this is a shirt that's exactly like Vaughn. I got another blue one that I usually wear, and so I try not to wear this one because Vaughn has one just like it. The reason is because this is a Walmart shirt. There's lots of people with shirts like this. I wasn't thinking of Vaughn. In fact, I think I might have had this shirt longer than Vaughn because I haven't bought new clothes in several years. Yeah, and the reason why I wear my shirts open like this is because I was a lot smaller when I bought this shirt. So this shirt, because my gut's bigger and my shirt barely buttons, so I leave it open. But yeah, Vaughn has a shirt exactly like this. The only difference is mine is clean. Well, it's wrinkled, but it's clean.
Now, if people haven't known me for the last 10 years, then I'd say I've been under a smear campaign
Oh my good
ever since
God!
I came out to Christ.
So that's what she's doing here. She's saying that the reason why people are coming after her like they do is because she believed in Christ. She believes in Christ now. For one, your belief in Christ is highly suspect, and second, there are like hundreds and hundreds of Christians on YouTube, professed or otherwise, possibly even thousands. Nobody's saying this stuff about them. If that was what it was, if that was the reason why people say the stuff they say about you is because you became a Christian, then why aren't they attacking all the rest of them? And why would they attack you for being a Christian? You're barely a speck on the internet. So whatever you say about Christ would reach only a few people. So why the huge outpour of vitriol towards you when you're nothing? When there are like really big deals on YouTube that talk about Christ, and nobody's doing anything like this to them. So no, Shanny, you're insane. Oh man,
Ever since I said
but it smells better. Yeah.
that Jesus Christ is Lord, there has been an ongoing smear campaign. And the reason is I'm a targeted individual.
Ugh.
I've worked for people,
Ugh.
aka John Casablanca.
What? You never worked for any. Well, you did work in a nursing home, and you did try to do the Uber taxi thing. So, other than that, oh man, your claims of employment are total nonsense. You never worked for anybody like that. Come on.
Who are satanic. I come from a satanic family who
What?
pretty much changed our whole history. The McGraws are elitist fucking assholes. And they
Okay,
versed.
I thought for a second there, I thought she was talking about her mother and father and her brothers and her sisters. Um, Other than them, are you talking about your family history, like when you tried to claim some sort of relationship with Dr. Phil, because his last name is McGraw? McGraw is a fairly common name. So no, you only like, okay, my last name is Weiser. It's a German name, and the like right here in Kansas City, there's lots and lots of Weisers, and it's possible they could be cousins. I've never met them. I've met Weisers in St. Joe, where I was born, that are like second and third cousins, and I met them, just by coincidence, because St. Joe's a fairly small town. I think it's got what 75,000 people in it. So yeah, the odds of me running into Weisers over there that I don't know. I might be related to them distantly, but you don't include them in your like your family. Your family, like your mother, father, grandparents, maybe first cousins, brothers and sisters, nieces, nephews. That's your family. Claiming all that other crap is just dumb.
Actually destroyed my life. They never nurtured me. They never cared for me. So
So the video we saw of your mother hugging you after your second husband, the guy that you were with before, Rev, Chris was his name. So because Chris left you and you were sitting out in front of your mom's house in the yard bawling on the internet, and they all came up and hugged you, and I said, we didn't see that. That's not, and they let you live in their house. And not only that, you thank them by trashing it. And all you did was just sit around and drink and do weed. You made little to no effort to get off your ass and get something going for yourself in the arena of employment. You did very little, almost nothing, and you even had to use your parents. What she said, that you were allowed to borrow your father's truck. Oh, that sounds like real assholes to me. Oh man, I wish my mom and dad was half as generous.
for the majority of my life, I was on my own to learn things, to fail at things, while I had a whole crowd of people documenting every downfall I've had, every miscommunication I've had,
Oh, shut up.
every.
All you got to do is put it behind you, shut up, and take care of what you need to take care of. Just shut up. Just stop putting this bullshit on the internet and just go take care of what you need to take care of. to make your life better. This isn't doing it. I mean, the most positive thing that can come from this is that you get views and whatever reward you get from that. I don't know if you're monetized. If you're monetized, you're committing identity theft. I'm quite sure. But other than getting people to send you money and stuff, there's no positive to this.
Painful, humiliating thing I've done.
Christy Claus says John Casablanca. Oh, that's who she said what she worked for. God dang. This woman is almost as delusional with her past as Von Helton is. John Casablanca hires models, real models. They make real money, and oh, they are thin and beautiful. I bet they would be. Like I don't know that industry, so that the name is not familiar to me. So when you said John Casablanca, I'm thinking of the movie Casablanca. That's the only thing. So I don't know nothing about the modeling world or any of that. I just know that if I see a a good looking woman modeling something, or she's like a picture of her and modeling some clothing, I'll be looking at how hot she is. I couldn't care less about the clothing that she's trying to sell. And I remember there was some kind of controversy, but what, 6 months ago, over some jeans and this one model, because she got on there and she said she has good jeans, and people just lost their mind saying that she's racist. Like, well, that was bullshit. Pretty much everything that people latch onto as a fad is just BS.
And they put it down as it's as I'm a horrible person. No, I
You
can tell
are,
you.
Shanny. You abused your kids. You squandered everything anybody ever did for you. You squandered it. You wasted it. You just sit around and get high and just live in filth. That's what you do. There's video of it. Like, what do you want? What do you want from us? And not only that, you hold us up to a higher standard than you do for yourself. I guarantee you that if Foodie Beauty did any of the shit that you pulled, you'd be in her shit about it, even though you yourself have done just as bad or worse. And you're coming on here and like, I'm trying to champion for the children. Start with your own. Don't worry about my kids, my brother's kids, everyone else's kids. Take care of yours. And once you do that, once you make good to your own kids, then you can open your mouth about other kids. And all this stuff you're talking about, when you try to go like down the human trafficking route, which is a horrible situation, but there are professionals, there are police forces, there are government agencies that are experts in handling this stuff. What do you want us to do? We're just living our lives. We're just out here. We're going to our regular jobs. We're paying our bills. What the hell do you want someone like me to do that the police can't do? What the hell do you want from everyone, you stupid bitch?
I'm not a horrible person. I'm a very kind person. I'm a very given person. I'm a very empathic person. These people who attack me on a daily basis, and if I wasn't special,
People
if
like
I
me.
didn't say the right things by the Lord, I wouldn't have been attacked the way I am.
Oh, shut up, Shanny. You are far from someone to speak about the God, the Holy Spirit, the Bible, or Jesus. Anything. You are the least person that should be talking about that to us. You don't follow any of this stuff you preach to us. You don't. You never did. So shut up with that. Shut up. All you're doing is pissing people off, especially people that have faith. If they don't get pissed off, they're going to laugh at your stupidity.
Jesus Christ even said it himself, if the world hates you, know that it hated myself.
That's not what he said.
These people
That's not what he said. Jesus didn't say that. He said, if the world hates you for my name's sake. No, well, okay, he did word it that way, but that's what he meant. And he worded it that way in other places. So there, I do believe there is a place where he just comes out and says, if the world hates you, no, they hated me first. And you're taking it out of context. He's saying, like, if the world hated if the world hates you for my sake, it basically is what he's saying, because you believe in me. Nobody's hating you for that, Shanny. No one's coming on here and saying, all the stuff you've done, if you just give up Christianity, we'd forgive it. We'd forgive it. We wouldn't bring it up again. It'll be okay. All you got to do is just renounce Jesus. Nobody is doing that. Nobody is doing that, Shanny. The reason why people are coming after you is because of what you've done, not because of what you profess to believe in. Nobody's attacking you for that. You want it to make it look like that's what it is, so that all your crap can be pardoned by whoever's dumb enough to believe what you claim when they first encounter you. This is for new people. You're fishing for new fish. You're fishing for new donors. You're fishing for new idiots. Hello, Granny Whisperer.
people go after family members. These people go after friends. These people go after jobs, opportunities.
No, they don't. No.
They,
Shanny, name one time any of you morons ever got in trouble you never had a job. There's not a job for people to go after, you dumb cow. And that's the same with the rest of you. Like, there's barely any of you have ever had jobs. The only person that's been consistently employed in this freaking circus of the reaction that, as I see it, the circle of idiots, is G-Man. G-Man is the only one that's been consistently employed in all this mess. And his claims about it are crap. Because how do you get fired? This is a G-Man's thing. And I've asked this over and over again. How do you get fired from a job? And then when somebody calls that the place that you're supposed to have been fired from, they call that and you answer the phone. How are you fired from that job if you're still there answering the phone? G-Man was busted twice on a live stream claiming, the agent's got me fired. Please help me. And on two occasions that I'm aware of, and in one of them, I was there in the live stream where Dragnut called his job to disguise his voice, called his job, and G-Man answered the phone twice on two different occasions. Both times G-Man answered the phone when he was supposed to have been fired from that job. He's all of the time, all of you, Von Helden, G-Man, all of you, when you make that dumbass claim, it pisses me off. Because it's bullshit. Nobody is going after anybody's job. So shut the hell up.
They go after government officials to do everything they can to silence me. I will not be silenced over the abuse I've had to go through.
Self-inflicted.
The satanic ritual abuse I've been through.
Shut up. Is she trying to appeal to new Christians? Is that what she's trying? I think she's trying to make herself out to be like one of these victims in this stuff you hear about, like the human trafficking stuff or whatever. I think, or say if there's some Christians out there that are trying to say, the satanic groups are doing these vile things in society, and there's like hundreds and thousands of victims, throughout the years and across the country and even the world. So is she trying to say that she's one of those victims because she's wanting to get that kind of clout? God dang, this woman is nuts.
And the smear campaign is a satanic ritual of abuse because it's a humiliation ritual. They think they can feed off my negative emotions.
Okay, I'm gonna let her play out a little bit. I want to try to fix myself some dinner, and so I'm gonna be in and out. I'm gonna be like in the kitchen doing stuff, and you might hear me yell out something because she says something stupid, which which is almost a guaranteed thing. But yeah, so I'm gonna try to fix myself a little bite to eat here.
Because they've sold their soul out. Me, I don't want to sell my soul out. I belong to Jesus Christ.
Oh
And
God.
I declare I will die declaring Jesus Christ is Lord.
Bullshit.
I will not sign a contract
You just said you
to
were
hurt
doing contracts.
children so I can get money. I will not sign a contract to hurt no one. I don't want to hurt people. I don't want to fight people. I want to understand people.
You sure hurt your sons.
I want to know that people are okay. I want to know people are safe. I want to know people are mentally sound.
Bullshit.
I want to
Everything
know
you're
that
saying is
people aren't being
bullshit.
harmed. I want to know that people aren't feeling sad and confused about how dark this world is. But the smear campaign continues because they don't want me to speak and they want people
I
to
don't want you
not
to speak because it's
listen.
fucking
And
annoying.
that's why the smear campaign is there because this is within MK Ultra, this is government involved too. They do this purposely so people don't listen. So people are distracted to what the truth is. Have I done things in the past that I regret? 100%, but everyone else has. Why do I get the greater punishment when everyone's made similar mistakes as I have?
Because it's not true.
The things
Because
I've
you
done in
lie.
life are minor
Because you
compared
lie.
to what these demonic entities do. They stalk people, they harass people, they demean them, they dehumanize them, they treat them like they don't have any feelings because they lack the feelings. They're sociopathic and they're demonically charged
If that were
and they're
true,
not your
how come your
friend.
brothers and sisters are
They
doing
may
just
act
fine
like your
and
friend, they'll
you
smile in your
awful life?
face, they'll give you money,
If your family's satanically, ritually
but
abused,
behind the scenes,
why not your brothers and sisters?
they treat you like trash.
Because you're trash.
They plot against you. They hurt
You
you.
plot against yourself.
I'm turning off the chat
Yeah, no doubt.
right now because I said I want people to listen. I'm
Sucks
not
for
going to
you.
allow you to distract people. Yes, I
Sucks
have a
for
past.
you.
Yes, I've said things I regret. But that does not make someone a terrible person for being human. Everyone
You're
has
not
a
human.
past.
You're alien.
Everyone has skeletons in their closet. And everyone
Not like
says
you.
things that they later on regret. I am a person who makes mistakes, but I'm also a person who learns from
Mistakes.
my mistakes and grows from my mistakes.
They're just mistakes. It's not abuse. It's
Now,
just
there
a
is an
mistake.
evil entity out there that's going to try their very hardest to smear my name.
Too late. Already been happening.
I am not one to be smeared. God will not be mocked, and neither will his
Nobody's
servants.
mocking God. Just you.
The judgment of God is coming really soon,
Yep.
and people need to start waking up to that reality.
Why don't you wake up to it?
There's going to be a false flag, I'm thinking in the
Prophet Shanny.
fall. I'm pretty sure in the fall, probably around September, there's going to be a false flag attack. That false flag attack is going to be blamed on Iran. The government is also a demonic entity.
Shanny, that's
We are
such
not
bullshit.
ruled by
Iran,
Christians in this
Iran does
country. We
stuff
are
almost
ruled by
every day.
ballists. We are ruled by people who worship Moloch. We are people who worship Lucifer, even though it's the most stupidest, retardest thing you could do
Artist.
is to worship a fallen angel that did nothing but want to see your destruction, and that's why he makes you do all these evil, fucked up things to people.
So it's the
It's for
devil's
your
fault.
destruction. It's to kill your soul.
You have
It's
no
you cannot
responsibility for your
commune
own
with
actions.
God.
All the devil's fault. Well, then we can say the same thing.
Me, I commune with God every day. And I see his angels always around me, protecting me, consoling me.
Bullshit.
These people want a smear campaign to take away from the message of anti-war, anti-genocide, and anti-pedophiles.
You don't know nothing.
They want to take that message away, and they want to turn it into what I did in my past, while ignoring their own past and their own present, while they're doing worse to people than I have ever did in my entire life. I do not spend my life going around trying to destroy others. I spend my life by trying to build people up. The very lowest of society, I build them up. I make them realize that they are worth it, and there is someone that sees and hears them. That is my goal. That is my mission that the Lord Jesus Christ gave me in my life. There are fake Christians out there that want to pose as Christians while they go and they do nothing but smear people and dehumanize them. They are not believers in God, because if they were believers in God, they would edify someone who's already down.
Why don't you?
They would not keep putting someone down who's already down on the ground. Literally. I have been told that I have no humility, that I'm not humble. Do you know the definition of humble? Do you know the etymology of the word? It means on the ground. I'm literally on the ground. How humble can you fucking get?
Shanny, stop. Just stop. Oh my God.
I sleep on the ground. I sit on the ground. I walk on the ground.
Oh, poor you.
That is humility. That is humbleness.
What do you want, Shanny?
Because I choose not to conform to a society that is broken, conform to a society that is doomed to end.
You refuse to conform? That's why. Well, yeah, I kind of got it.
I will not conform to a society that is satanic.
Cleaning.
I will not conform to a society that wants to protect a country who kills babies.
Shanny,
I want nothing to do with that society. Society is evil, it is broken, and it will be destroyed by the Lord thy God very soon. Trust me on that. I have the spirit of Elijah in me, and because of that, I am the one who will announce his coming, and he's coming very soon. So you better start fucking repenting, people. You better start getting on your knees, evaluating your behavior, evaluating your thoughts, and being like, is this what God would want from me?
Can you even get on your knees?
No, it's not. He told you to take care of the poor. He told you to take care of the widows. He told you to take care of the children. He told you to be there for them. And you're not. You're so distracted over the mistakes of one's life that you cannot see the reality of what's going on right in front of you. Your soul is dying. Little by little, every day, your soul is dying. The more you put someone down, your soul is getting deader and deader and deader.
How much?
The more you treat someone like trash, the more your soul is dying. Do you get it? Do you not get Lucifer's trick?
Oh my God.
Because you're so high and mighty thinking you're special because you got money for doing what you do. Do you know there are Craigslist ads that people pay for smear campaigns against people? Did you know that?
Money from YouTube.
It's true. How many of you got paid to treat me like trash? How many of you?
Hardly any.
How many of you?
Hardly any.
I bet it's a lot of you. I bet it's a lot of you who get paid to treat me like trash. You included, Buff.
Oh, that's who you're really pissed at, right, Buffy?
What they pay you. What they pay you in order to destroy your soul. You stupid motherfuckers.
Yeah. Cuss some more. Let me know how serious you are about being a Christian.
You want to come around a person who's doing everything she can to survive, everything she can to keep people going.
How many jobs?
And you want to smear her and make a scene that she's evil. Well, she's not, actually. I am glad I am separated from society. I am proud that I help people that need to be helped. I am proud to be by their side. I am proud to be a friend of the homeless.
Yes, you are.
Jesus Christ was homeless. He didn't even have a rock to put his head on. And here you are bashing homeless people like you're some kind of entitled fucking bitch.
We're talking.
You're not entitled to hurt people.
Disgusting, entitled
no matter how much you get paid, you're still not entitled to it. Because the Lord is taking count on every single time you hurt someone who is the least of these. Jesus Christ said, whatever you do the least of these, you do unto me. Why are you hurting Jesus so bad? That's what I'm wondering, huh? Self-proclaimed Christians out there with your smear campaigns, with your gossip.
We're not gossiping.
How many of you? How many do this to the least of these? How many of you? You should be fucking on your knees crying out for forgiveness to God. Because every single time you do something to me, you do it unto him.
Oh, shut up.
Stupid, foolish people.
Then how come it's
you
not
get
the other
that?
way around?
Do you get how much you hurt Jesus?
You hurt Jesus.
Do you get that he's taking an account? Do you get that you're going to be accountable on the day of judgment over the little secret things you do? Do you get that? Now, I may not be perfect, but I try my best to do good. I try my best to not sin. I try my best to be loyal, to be friendly, to be kind, to be empathic, even to my enemies. To my enemies out there. If I saw you sitting on the street, crying your eyes out, not knowing what the fuck to do, I would be there with my arm around you, telling you it's gonna be fucking okay.
No, you're not.
That you can get through this. That God is on your side.
Where's that in the Bible?
You know why? Because I do it every fucking day of my life.
Liar. No, you don't.
Every day of my life, I'm consoling someone. I'm helping someone. I'm making them feel better about themselves.
Bullshit. Is that what this is?
Because being thrown away from society is hard. Walking everywhere is hard.
Sucks to be
Not
you.
knowing when your next meal is hard. Only having one meal a day because you know where to go to get one meal a day is hard.
Get a fucking job then. I have a job.
Not being to bathe every day, that's hard.
You didn't bathe when you were in the house.
Trying to figure out how the hell am I supposed to get this money for this one I need in order to get better.
Get a fucking job.
It's hard. And you kick people down when they're at their lowest. You don't build them up. All you motherfuckers out there telling people to get a job.
Yeah.
Get a job.
What's wrong
Get
with
a
that?
job. Shut the fuck up. Are you offering a job? How can you tell someone to get a job when you have no offer for them to get a job?
I can tell you to get a job.
How can you tell someone to get a job when as soon as they get a job, you get them fired from the fucking job?
That's a lie.
You're abusive. You're manipulative. You're evil.
That's you.
And you're all going to go to hell for it because you do not repent to the Lord Jesus Christ.
That's what you need to do. How do you know?
Instead, you sit there self-righteous, thinking you're better than someone because you have money. Oh, good for you. What does your money do for you other than make you a bigger asshole than you were when you were poor? You don't appreciate the finer things in life.
What's that?
You can't appreciate a glass of water like I can. You can't appreciate a morsel of food like I can. You can't appreciate a cigarette like I can. You know why? You take that shit for granted, yo. You take everything, all your wealth for granted when it can slip out of your fingers real quick. All you need is an earthquake, a mudslide, a flood, and all the fucking wealth you brag about is gone.
You just ran out of money because you won't.
And then you have the nerve to look at people who are homeless and call them scumbags, lazies,
you're a scumbag. You just have
a drain on society, when the biggest drain on society is the military-industrial complex. But you don't want to go and acknowledge that, do you? You satanic fools. You don't want to acknowledge that at all, what the biggest threat and drain on society is. You think helping people is a drain on society when we put 90% of our budget in bombing people? You fucking idiots. 0.05% gets put in to help the poor. And we're the drain, really? We're the drain on society when we get pennies.
Wait, you and Jason? Yes, you are.
Pennies.
Well, those pennies somebody else could use.
But you go support your war. You go support the bombing of babies. And then you can be in front of God and answer to him.
I got nothing to do with any of that.
See, when you get to heaven, guess what? I'm the first person you're going to fucking talk to. You're going to meet Sandalphon, and they're the first person you talk to before you talk to God. You think I'm bad? Try the Holy One. Try the Creator.
Shanny, you're the least person that I would expect to see in heaven. And not only that,
all I do is test your heart. After me, the test is over. Now you're into judgment.
Bullshit with your arrogance, your bloated self-importance.
And there's nothing I can do or say to help you.
This arrogant and you're homeless.
Because you already showed the contents of your heart.
And
you already showed what you're obsessed with. You already showed your unkind nature to an angel.
You refuse to clean. You refuse to do anything. All you want to do is lay around and get wasted.
No, all the things I have said in anger was a reaction to people pushing and pushing and pushing. A reaction, and then you're going to judge me on the reaction. That's reactionary abuse. Did you know that? Do you know how abusive you pigs out there are? Are you self-aware of your abusive nature?
Are you?
I bet you don't. I bet you're completely unaware of your abusive nature because it's your nature. And you can't see it because Satan blinded you to how vile and reckless you are with your soul. And you damn well know it.
You damn well know it.
You want to say you're a Christian. You want to say, I was going to be a preacher.
Who's saying that?
Then why are you engaging in fucking shit that would make God turn his eyes away from you?
Why are you?
Why would you act like Lucifer?
Same
Why
question.
would you hate your fellow man? Why would you judge someone based on their mistakes instead of judging yourself by your own mistakes? Why don't you self-evaluate yourself before you try to evaluate others?
Well,
how about not judge others? Because God's going to judge you. He's going to judge you how you judge others. And he's going to meet you at your judgment. So if you want me to be eternally suffering from every mistake I've done, that's going to be your fate in hell. You're going to eternally suffer forever because of your mistakes, because of how you judged me. Do you get that?
No, I don't.
Jesus also said, if you don't forgive others, God will not forgive you.
Then why don't you?
Know that. Know that. So if you can't forgive me, God will not forgive you. I forgive myself and my mistakes. Someone said today, why do we remember your past more than you? Because I don't dwell on my past. I make a mistake. I correct said mistake. I move on with my life. I don't have the time.
The only person this woman has forgiven is herself. She hasn't forgiven others. So you want us to forgive you and put everything in the past that you have done, but you don't want to change. You just want to be forgiven for everything and just keep on doing what you do and what you always done. Shanny, you're the one judging people. You're judging your audience or a portion of your audience, for this insanity, this false crap that they never did, they never had a part of. You're like, you brought up the military-industrial complex. What's that got to do with us? All we do is pay taxes and vote for our political leaders. We have no. What you want? You want the whole freaking United States population to rise up and throw out the military-industrial complex, whatever that is? How are we supposed to defend our country if we don't have some kind of military machinery in the system somewhere? How are we supposed to defend this country from our enemies? Because there are tons of nations out there that would love to come into our country and just take all our resources, all our economy, our materials, our trade, everything. It's the fact that we've got the most badass military in the world that keeps these countries in check.
to keep dwelling over every little fucking mistake I ever made because I grow from my mistakes. I learn from my mistakes. I become a better person because of my mistakes. I don't have to replay everything that's happened in my life over and over and over again, like how you like to replay my life over and over again, because you can't get enough of me. For some,
Shanny, the reason why we bring up the bullshit you've pulled in the past because you keep trying to say it never happened. You repeatedly in so many words say, "Oh, none of that stuff you're saying about me in the past is true." But Shanny, you have documented your own nonsense. There's literally tons of videos, there are archived videos and stuff where we can hear your own words in context. We can hear your own words and see the stuff in the background and all that. We could, anybody could, Double X Archives and a couple more out there, um, and your own channel. We didn't make this stuff up, Shanny. You put it out there. You put it out there. So why are you blaming us for the bullshit you put out publicly? We're allowed to consume public public videos and stuff, and then draw an opinion about those videos. And then if some of us know each other, we could have a consensus of of a of an opinion of several people that are pretty much similar. This isn't made up, Shanny. You did all this.
reason you hate me, but yet you're obsessed about me. That's pretty fucked up
Sabella, how you
reasoning.
doing? She says
You might want to get your head
she
checked
rewrites
for that
history while
shit, by the
continuing with the
way.
exact same playbook. Absolutely.
Kind of obsessive compulsive, don't you think?
Let's see. Oh, Christy Claw says she grows
You
from
worry
the
that I talk. You worry about,
She
oh
used
no,
to.
she
Now,
exists.
now
I
she
can't get rid of her. Have you ever?
now she's wasting away on one meal a day. I heard her complain that eating one meal a day is hard. Well, then get a job and buy your own food. You know why? You know why I can eat more than one meal a day? It's because I have a freaking job and I go buy groceries. I make sure I have enough in my budget to buy my groceries. I every day I have to in fact almost every day I have to say, okay, today I can only spend about 25 bucks or 35 bucks or whatever. I look at my budget, I see what I have, and I go, okay, I need this much of my money for bills and so much to put back for emergencies. So that means I can spend this much today. It, there's days where I had zero and I had to just, oh, well, I have to just use what I got, what I got at my house. But pretty much every day, I try not to spend more than say 30 bucks or so a day. I average about that. And when you figure it out through the week, that's 200 bucks a week. That's 800 bucks a month that I have that I can spend. You can buy groceries or whatever you need using like 20, 25, 30 bucks if you're just going to get for the day. Since I have a hard time bringing tons of groceries up to the third floor where I live, I usually buy enough groceries to only last about 2 or 3 days. And I can pretty much get that with like 30, maybe 40 bucks. But I allow myself like 30 bucks a day. That pays for my food, that pays for my gas, and then the rest of my money I either can save or spend on like rent or whatever, bills. Oh,
Thought about ignoring a person you don't like? Have you ever thought about just
yeah.
not
You
paying
never shut
attention?
up.
Saving your own mental health? If I affect your mental health so strongly,
No, you don't. Everything you say
do
is
my
not good.
opinions bother you so bad? You poor babies. You poor babies that my opinions bother you so bad. It bothers you that I'm anti-war. It bothers you I'm anti-genocide. It bothers you I'm anti-pedophile. Probably because you're guilty of all of it. It bothers you. It affects you. It twists you. You don't like it. So you put on your little satanic ritual abuse.
Oh, shut up.
So you can think you could silence a holy one.
You're not holy. Not even close.
My mouth doesn't come from me, it comes from God.
Gross. Why would God create something so nasty and disgusting?
But yeah, there's going to be a false flag in September. I'm pretty sure of that. And they're going to blame Iran. My feeling is Netanyahu will be sacrificed for it to make him some kind of martyr, even though he's a butcher. He's an abuser of mankind. He's an evil piece of shit. And he's gonna burn in hell for every fucking crime he's committed against humanity.
So will you.
Forever. He's gonna be in the deepest part of hell, man. And since he's a prime minister, he's gonna have double the condemnation. Because he's supposed to be some kind of leader. A leader of genocide, a leader of war, a leader of lies, a leader of deceit, a leader of rape. Same like our fucking pedophile president. Am I afraid of the government picking me up and putting me in some kind of fucking place?
That's not right.
No.
It should.
Because the government is aware if something happens to me, the sky will crack and their fucking time is short.
That's Von Helton level delusion. Von Helton and his hurricane stopping power.
They're aware of that. You're going to see my body on the streets for 3 days. Know that. You're going to see it with your eyes. And no one can touch these bodies.
That would never.
Because the radiation of the Lord is going to come off them. It's going to be a cool event until we resurrect from the dead.
Somebody killed you.
Because our place isn't with this world. Our place is with the Lord. You're going to see it. And you're going to wonder. And you're then Judgment Day. Congratulations. You make it a Judgment Day. You're in front of the Lord. He's going to tell you exactly everything you've done to another human being. Every vile, contemptuous, evil thing you've done to someone. It's going to be exposed. So I'm not really concerned about being exposed about my past that I've learned from, apologized over repeatedly. And I'm no longer going to apologize over my past. Because you know what? It's the past. And I've grown from it. Way more than all you stupid people out there that want to do the smear campaign. It's amazing how little you matured. How little you've grown. How little you've become a person. A good person. A great person. One who wants significant change in the world. One that wants good in the world. It's really interesting, you satanic fucking monsters. And now God is putting a spirit on you and you're all looking distorted. You're all looking like you have Kuru. You're all getting super fucking deadly thin and your faces are looking uglier than ever before. That's the fate you get when you serve that stupid fallen angel, dumbasses. You don't like the words that come out of my mouth? I don't give a damn. I don't care if you're offended. I don't care if your mama's offended. I don't care if your daddy's offended. I don't care.
Yeah, you do, because you want
I've
money.
had over 10 years of a smear campaign against
You want
me.
our money.
I've had harassment upon harassment upon harassment upon me. I've been stalked. But notice, no one could touch me. No one could physically
Nobody wants
touch
to
me,
touch
and I
you.
bet you bastards wish you could physically touch me. There's only one person that can take me out, and he knows exactly who he is because he's living
G-Man?
in a place that he really wants a ballroom, and he can't seem to get the money to make said ballroom. You don't believe me? Just watch. Just watch. I can't even get the results of my DNA for a reason because they know who I am.
You never did
They always
that.
have.
I think it's
That's why they
about
stole
200
me as a
bucks.
baby and made it
Do
seem
the
like I
swab
was in the
thing and get your
graw.
DNA test,
Never was.
your genealogy, or whatever it is you're talking about.
The official story of my birth is really weird. It makes no logical sense.
You make no logical sense.
It really doesn't. And how my supposed family treated me, it was very MK Ultra.
MK Ultra.
It was very
God.
invalidating
Can't
environment,
you
very
just be
sad
normal? What's
environment,
wrong with
very
being normal?
lonely
You gotta make up
environment,
bullshit. All you lolscows, man.
very hostile environment.
You're just against being normal.
Do you know my parents
Normal history. I mean, like,
kept trafficking me to men since I've been a child?
Superior bullshit.
Do you know I was in CP at the age of 7? Did you know that?
I don't believe that.
It was a little girl,
And if you were,
and she knew all about sex, and she did it to me in front of the camera. I remember that. Happened in Meriden, Connecticut at Blackstone apartment building.
Odds are good if you're talking about somebody else's past. I know that person.
I have big holes in my memory, but I remember my mother and my father who kept pushing me to be with older men when I was a child.
You're full of shit, Shanny.
Kept trying to sell me to the highest bidder.
You're full of shit.
You didn't know that, though. Instead, you listened to their fucking dumbass lies.
Now that your parents are no longer around to defend themselves, no wonder your brothers and sisters want nothing to do.
But you'll find this all out on Judgment Day. You'll know the truth then. Do you not see the pain in my eyes? Do you not see the anger in my eyes? Do you not see the disappointment in my eyes? Do you not see the sadness in my eyes?
Yeah, because you don't have your
that
drugs.
Pain.
You can't smoke a bomb.
That resolute pain there.
You don't have money for dope.
Because I know I've experienced injustice. I know I keep experiencing injustice.
What about your kids? What about justice for them?
I know my handlers are trying to MK Ultra me. You cannot MK Ultra a child of God, because we will eventually snap out of it and we will go back to the Father and love Him.
Okay,
you can't do it.
With your super
you can't program me the way you want to, and you can't silence me the way you want to either, because I will always speak. I will always whistle blow. So there's only one solution to this. You're gonna have to come and get me, government, and bring me to Israel and do what you need to do.
Nobody's gonna do shit. Nobody wants you.
And you damn well know it.
Really, do tell.
But for some reason, you can't touch me. You're afraid to touch me.
Yeah, well, that's true.
So instead, you invent this satanic ritual abuse fucking smear campaign against me, hoping maybe she'll hurt herself. Maybe that'll work. It never worked when I hurt myself. I've sliced and sliced and sliced at my arms.
Yeah, I remember that.
But it never took me out. I can't be taken out. I can't take myself out.
You lied.
I'm stuck here on the earth until his coming.
And you didn't even make the attempt. You just claimed you made the attempt.
I know that now. And I don't give a damn how many people say I'm crazy. I don't give a shit.
Then why are you
everything I've ever said has happened.
If you don't care,
everything I've said that came out of my mouth has happened. I warned you guys of COVID before COVID even happened.
You lied,
you wanted to laugh, call me crazy, and then it happened.
You never warned anybody about COVID, you lying cow.
And you damn well know that people drop when they try to get to me.
No, they don't.
You damn well know how many people around my circle have dropped dead for trying to destroy me.
Name one person.
You know why? Because I'm divinely loved and protected by the Lord thy God. The Creator has my back. The Creator will always have my back.
My doubts about that.
Because I'm favored by Him.
Why are you
why I'm favored by Him? Because I obey Him.
No, you don't.
Because I'm there for Him. Because I try my best to understand Him on a personal level instead of thinking that He's some kind of wish maker. I have a personal relationship with God. I don't just say I'm a Christian. In fact, I don't say I'm a Christian at all. I'm a follower of the way. The follower of the Jesus.
Nobody cares.
I believe if you give the last that you have, it will be returned back to you sevenfold.
Good for you.
I believe if you love thy...
Okay, this has only got about roughly 8 minutes left on this. So I'm going to cover up my camera. So I don't like to eat on camera. I'm about to eat a little bit of dinner here. Yeah, let me know if you can't hear the audio or any audio from me. Well, I guess I can do a little test here as soon as I get over this commercial. So I'm going to turn my volume up on my phone, see if my audio is still working good. Do a test here. Yep. Okay, that's cool. All right.
Neighbor as yourself, He will reward you for it.
Oh,
I believe that the heart contains your essence, and if your essence is pouring out nothing but evil, contempt, vileness, you're not going to get in the kingdom of God.
So I guess we won't see you there.
You're not even going to be able to taste it. You're going to go into a place that's dark, that burns, and you're going to know that you did it to yourself because you decided to go in the ways of the devil instead of the ways of God. I choose to go in the ways of God. I choose to love people. I choose to try to be as respectful as I can for people, to try to understand them instead of judge them.
Pardon me if I think you're full of it.
To not dehumanize them. But I also reflect other people's attitudes. So if you're getting a shitty fucking attitude from me, it's probably because you gave that attitude first. In fact, 100% of the time, that's
Hey Shanny, I'm eating some beef stew that I made myself. That I bought from I bought the meat and everything from the grocery store. So sucks to be you. You can't fix what you want to eat. You have to eat one meal a day. It sucks to be you, Shanny. I don't know what to tell you.
really what it is. I'm showing you your own energy. And for some reason, you big babies out there don't like your own energy. So why are you giving it out to people who don't deserve it? I don't deserve the treatment I get
Yeah, you
from
do.
people. I don't deserve it. Because I don't do people like you do people. I don't
So
treat.
what do you want, Shanny? You keep saying, oh, you're all mistreating me and you're treating me bad and making it harder for me to live. What do you want from us, Shanny? Do you want us all to get together and just have like this big pile of money and we buy you a house to destroy like you did the last house you got for free? Like how much free crap can a person get and then still bitch? Can someone please explain? Can someone please give an answer? How much free stuff can a person get in their life and yet still bitch about how horrible they're being mistreated? Everything you got is free, Shanny. Everything you get, everything you've received has been free. Yet you're still claiming to be this mistreated, miserable soul. Fuck you. Fuck off. Stick it up your ass. I've never even gotten half of the free shit you've gotten.
People like you treat people. And like I said, whatever you do, the least of these, you do unto him. You might want to take my warning seriously instead of taking it lightly like you do.
Well, people are talking about what they're eating here. I guess because I brought it up. But yeah, I made some beef stew. I didn't use potatoes because I had mashed potatoes earlier today. So, but I got hominy in place of the potatoes, and I got mixed vegetables. I poured a can of mixed vegetables into it, and with the different beef stew mix and everything. And I actually used some pot roast. I bought a 2 pound pot roast day before yesterday, and it was on sale. It was normally going to be about $20, but it was on sale for about 16. So I bought it, and I used half of that. I cut it up. There's pot roast, so I cut up a real small piece, half of it, and I fried it up in a skillet, and then I mixed it in with my beef stew. And so yeah, I'm eating actual chunks of beef, not hamburger or any kind of like beef flavoring or anything. Just actual beef, and I'm enjoying my beef stew here, and I'm drinking root beer. So, and I probably won't eat all of this. So there's enough beef stew in here for 2 meals.
You might want to look deeper in yourself, a little deeper, have some kind of self awareness that you're hurting someone that doesn't want to hurt you.
Oh, you definitely want to hurt others.
I've said this before that I don't have a competitive bone in my body. I don't, because I try my best to look at everyone as an equal. But I will speak the truth. And for some reason, your ears can't handle the truth. You'd rather
You're not
believe the
speaking the truth.
lie. You'd rather believe in the twisting of reality, just like Eve did.
You know, there's a saying from when I was a younger man, like back in the '80s, where if you want to pull crap on people, you'd say, "What are you going to believe, me or your lying eyes?"
You'd rather listen to the devil's voice. You'd rather do that than being a good.
Shanny, you're the living example of this line in a song back from the '90s called "It Wasn't Me." This guy was caught red-handed. In fact, that's part of the line. That's one of the lines in the song. He was caught red-handed having sex with another lady. His girlfriend caught him red-handed, and he kept saying, "It wasn't me. It wasn't me."
Human by being a gentle human.
I don't know. I just vaguely remember the song. One of my coworkers used to always play it. It's like, there I was, caught red-handed, banging a girl on the bathroom floor or kitchen floor. I can't remember. It kept saying, "It wasn't me. It wasn't me."
You lack morality and you lack integrity.
Yeah, you're right, Sabella.
Because if you were moral, you wouldn't be attacking me. If you did have integrity, you wouldn't be attacking me. If what I say isn't the truth, you wouldn't try so hard to divert what the truth is.
No, it's the other way around, Shanny. You're the one trying to divert
10
from the truth.
years of you trying to turn someone into a liar. 10
You turn
years of
yourself into a
brutalizing
liar.
someone and destroying their life.
Shanny, how much proof does a person need? You say one thing, and then the video shows something else. You claim one thing. Oh, I did it this way, and then the videos and your own words say the exact opposite. That's what we have. We have tons of freaking footage of you saying and doing vile crap. And then you're going to come up here now and say it's all bullshit? That it never happened?
10 years of stalking their family members and turning them against them. 10
Oh, is
years.
that what happened? So, your mother and father and your brother and sister turning against you was because people would tell lies to your family. Had nothing to do with the fact that, I don't know, you got a police record where you have assaulted members of your family. That had nothing to do with it, right? Your own mother came on video and said on Christmas Day she had to have the police drag you out of her house, and then she had to spend months cleaning up after you. Your own mother said that you knocked her down the basement stairs and stood at the front of the stairs and barred you, your big bloated self. This is when you were really big. You're a bit smaller now, I have to admit that. But you were huge at the time, and you were blocking her from coming up the steps. Now, watching you do the same thing to Jason when the both of you were about to be put out of that house, and you sat at the bottom of the steps and blocked him from coming down the steps. I can believe what your mother said. In fact, I believed it anyway, but I can seriously believe it even more so now that I've seen you do that very same thing to Jason. Whenever he would try to come downstairs, you blocked his path. If I were Jason and I couldn't go out a window or something, I would do a flying jump kick right on your freaking face if you were blocking me from coming down the steps. I would land on your face with both feet. You'd move then. Oh, I'm quite sure of it. Or probably the best choice would be that would be what I would feel like doing, but the best choice would probably just call the police, which is I think is what he ended up doing. But when the police pretty much said, "Hey, you handle it yourself. We're tired of coming out here." That's pretty much what they said. You're both being children. Handle it yourself. Get off the internet. Stop messing with you. Somebody needs to go away. Somebody needs to go somewhere else. And you refuse to do that. So I mean, if that was what the police was telling me, the flying jump kick to the face would look a bit more attractive.
Some of you people, you get doxxed once and you kill yourselves.
Name one person.
Do you know how many times I've been doxxed? I didn't do that.
By
I wanted
you, by
to,
yourself.
but I didn't.
The only reason we know anything about you in your personal life is because you put it out. You put it out there. No one else did.
I've gone through 10 years of it. You can't handle it happening one time to you. Like, seriously, how many people have you bullied ended up dead? You sick fucks.
This person,
You
this person called Kingus Dingus or Kingus Dingus. Yeah. It says can't get doxxed when you live in the woods.
mentally ill, unhinged people. How
You,
many?
Jason, Vaughn, Emo,
Because I see the
Cyrex, the
count is
Goblin.
pretty fucking high at this point. And trust me, on Judgment Day, it's all going to be exposed. Are you going to be on pins and needles?
You're right, Sabella. Shanny's mother's named Betty. Was named Betty. She passed away a few years ago. Um, but I knew Shanny was full of crap about what her mother said, and I was on Shanny's side. I was defending her. In fact, I even sent messages when her mother put out video stuff. I commented on the video saying how horrible it was for that Betty did the things that Shanny was claiming. And then when I heard Shanny say stuff that her mother did to her, and I was like, wait a minute, that sounds familiar. Bitch, those are stories I told you my mother did. Because I used to talk to Shanny on the phone. We were becoming friends, and I told her stuff. And then I find out that she's taking that and saying her mother did that bullshit to her. And then right from them, I started to have a problem with Shanny, a big one. I mean, I was already against her a bit for the claims she made about her kids, and then Dragnet showed me how messed up Shanny was, but he showed me some stuff in the law. So Dragnet dragged me kicking and screaming to coming and just accepting the fact that Shanny is not the great person that she claims to be. And then a short time after that, she started taking my stories and saying it happened to her. And she did the same thing with Sabella's and her stories.
Cited during your exposure? Or are you going to be on your knees crying, begging for mercy, even though you gave no one in your life mercy? You gave no one empathy. You gave no one a chance. You gave no one forgiveness. See, when you stupid people come to me with this stupid accountability excuse you give, you want me to admit to things that aren't true. I will not be gaslighted that way.
There you go. You're saying all the videos and everything from the past are all not true when you're on video doing and saying it. So, oh my God. Just, she's just a lying bitch. She's just a lying, retconning bitch.
I know my reality and I know my truth and I know where my life has
Good for
been,
you.
regardless of what you stupid people have to say.
Dusty in Wonderland on her chat is saying, this is just delusional psychobabbling. Oh, absolutely. Oh, she ended it.
What I'm offering you is everything.
Stop it. Oh, God, I hate this.
Having fun yet?
To our continued success.
Is show.
Let me see. I had to stop sharing for a moment. And I'm going to play the one where she's talking about the military. I mean, that one, I saw part of that while I was on a break earlier today when I was with my client. And I watched like, I don't know, 5 minutes of it or so. And then I just couldn't watch anymore. So, Shanny Lives, Queen Shanny Live. The U.S. is screwing over our vets. So Shanny is now a spokesman for the vets, even though she isn't one because she never even finished boot camp. She got washed out. She washed out of Navy boot camp. Navy boot camp. Arguably the easiest boot camp there is. She washed out of it. Oh, I forgot to screen share. Okay. So sure why I'm not seeing this on my phone. Well, here we go. Okay.
No humans yet. Click.
Funny how she's got money for cigarettes. That always amazes me. She's bitching and moaning that we only eat once a day. But yeah, she's got money for cigarettes.
There we go. They start popping in now. Hi, Debbie. Hi, Krista. All right. So, I'm going to whistle blow for our veterans. Because many people have not known this. This is not on the fucking news. This is bullshit what I just heard today.
I will agree. It's probably going to, it is bullshit. There's no probably going to be. It is bullshit. Everything you said.
All right. So today I was pretty much talking all day with an Iraqi freedom veteran, right?
Okay. Sorry for pausing, but somebody make sense out of this. She posted this just hours before the one we just watched. In here, she's like, I'm going to champion the veterans. And then the very next video, she's calling us all a bunch of scumbags. She's calling us all a bunch of vile, inhuman monsters. It's like, pick a lane, woman. Pick a struggle.
You know what he fucking told me? You know what he fucking told me about what's going on in the United States and our vets? So he said he received a call a few months ago from a general, right? Of the United States.
I already call bullshit. Unless they're personal friends, I don't understand why a general would be calling a veteran and convincing them to go back into military service.
It's Army. And the Army general said, hey.
Which general? Name a name. I freaking hate this. They all do it. They'll say this person or make a certain claim, but they won't give any detail that you can fact check.
We're wondering if you come back and pick up your rifle again to serve the United States government, right? He's like, you do know I'm disabled.
No general would ever say that. What the hell are you talking about? Pick up your rifle? They wouldn't say it that way. That sounds stupid. That sounds like something your DI would tell you. Pick up that rifle.
Right? You do know I'm a veteran, right?
Of
you
course.
do know that I'm 41, right? And he's like, yeah, sure.
Who is she talking about? Of course the general would know. If he knows the guy enough to make a personal call, of course he would know. In fact, he's a general. He could look up his file. Of course he would know. What kind of dumb shit is that?
I know you are. And he's like, all right. He says, the United States.
This is about as stupid as the claim Von Helton made that he just goes into his captain's office like they're freaking drinking buddies and just talk to him like they're equals. No standing at attention, no saluting. Just walks right in there. Like I said in that video, it's like he thinks that the military is an episode of Hogan's Heroes.
Wants to recruit the veterans because they don't want to send fresh meat. That's what he said.
Did you get that story from me, Shanny? Did you get that story from me when I was talking about when the Persian Gulf War first erupted? And I'd already been out of active duty at the time, a good 6 years. And then they sent me a letter telling me to go take a physical in case they brought the draft back. And then when I went to the VA to ask about it, I said, why do I got to take a physical? I'm out. And he said they were talking about bringing the draft back, and they were. If we do that, we go get all prior service people first. And then I told the general that I'm not taking the physical. You send the MPs to my house, then I'll take the physical. And it wasn't a general I was talking to. It was just some veterans bureaucrat. Somebody sitting at a desk, somebody that's doing paperwork and stuff, like a receptionist, maybe a little bit higher up than that. But it wasn't a military official I was talking to. It was just somebody who worked at the VA, and it was freaking over 30 years ago. Yeah, I did tell that story recently. I think this is how she lives stories. I'm wondering, because it sounds vaguely familiar, only she really butchered it.
In terminology, fresh meat on the battle lines, on the battlefield. They want to send our veterans on the battlefield. You know why? This is going to fuck up your whole day. You know how the military is training our military right now?
Okay, I looked this up. As soon as she said it, I looked it up.
And I'm not fucking joking with you.
Yeah,
they said they're training the new people in our military with fucking Call of Duty.
Okay, I looked this up because that sounded bullshit to me. There's some branches in the Army, some areas in the Army where they do train people with arcade type games, video type games. They do that with flight simulators for pilots. They do that for people who are going in, like they're going to become fighter pilots. They have to, be able to know how to operate the craft because it's cheaper to do that to get them familiar that way than an actual having them have issues in an actual, very expensive piece of military equipment. And they do that, then they send them into the field for more real life training. So if they do that at all, it's just going to be okay. When you do this course, it's like when you're on the simulator or whatever. When you do this, when you get done with that, then we'll take you into the field where you can take what you've learned here and try to get even more real life training on the actual range. So you're full of shit, Shanny. She's saying they just train them in Call of Duty and that's all they do. No, that's just one small part. The rest of it is real life training. They still have to drill. They still have to march. They still have to go and be out in the bush and get training. They still like when I was in the Marines and we went through all of our training, rifle range, all of it, and we get up to like I think it was like the last week and a half. There is this little thing when I was in San Diego. I was in San Diego, MCRD San Diego. This was back in 1981. Okay, so we had to go on out into the desert, full Alice gear. You had like about anywhere between what you were carrying between 60 and 90 pounds of gear that you carry on you, and you had to go on a 3-mile hike. It was like at a 25 to 30 degree incline all the way up this area. It was about like 2.5-3 miles, and we called it Mount Motherfucker. And you had to make it up Mount Motherfucker or you didn't graduate boot camp. You would have to keep doing it until you made it. If they had to like send you back like to the next platoon that was getting ready, they had to like transfer you back there. You had to make it up there. You had to make it up that hill to graduate. So what you're saying, Shanny, is bullshit. They don't just train with digital stuff. They use real life stuff too. They use both.
And because they were just trained with Call of Duty, they don't have the specialty that the vets have, carrying a rifle, knowing how the backfire feels.
Okay, I didn't go into the infantry. I was a radio operator. I went to it was a month and a half, and it was called Frock School, Field Radio Operators Course. Now, people that went into the infantry, the Army calls it IT. I forget what we called it, but we just refer to them as grunts. But in the Army, it's called IT, infantry training. So you're saying that they don't go to IT anymore? Are you saying that during IT, all they do is play video games? Is this the bullshit you're trying to say?
I was absolutely appalled by that statement. That's our U.S. military right now, full of just gamers. They don't even know how to use a goddamn rifle.
Do you?
We're fucked.
You're full of shit, Shanny. Of course they know how to use a rifle. You're an idiot.
I just want to let you know we're fucked.
That's your opinion.
And the very fact they're using Call of Duty to train these motherfuckers instead of...
You shouldn't even be concerning yourself with this. You should be concerning yourself with getting more than one meal a day. You should be concerning yourself with getting out of that damn tent and into an actual house, home, apartment. These are the things you should be trying to figure out what to do. And the first step towards that is getting a job.
Of actually training them with, I don't know, simulated war. People are going to die. These young men are going to die on the battlefield if they send them. He also asked, well, what if all the veterans die on the battlefield?
Some of these young men are going to die if they ever go to combat. That's the nature of combat. The enemy trains too. But it's not because of the bullshit you're claiming. It's not because all they know is video games, because it's simply not true. Men die in combat because the enemy is trained as well. Just that we want to try to train better. We want to be better prepared so that fewer of us die in combat than our enemy.
Battlefield. Then we're going to have to send the fresh meat. Ain't that fucking something? So not only are we running out of munitions,
Which we're not.
our military isn't even trained properly anymore. Call of fucking
How would
Duty
you know?
really U.S. military? Is that
How would you know, Shanny? Have you researched any of this?
Hexas the real good plan? We'll just train them with Call of Duty. I played Call of Duty before. I'd kick ass at it. Doesn't mean you will at the battlefield, motherfucker. No wonder the U.S. had to go and
I swear, her and
combine
Vaughn
with
are
the
so
IDF.
similar.
Because at least the IDF has some kind of military experience, even though it's killing civilians. And I think that's why they're doing the Call of Duty training in the military. Is because they want it.
Shanny, you're a dumbass. We've got the most highly trained, efficient military in the world. You are full of shit. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And our position in that is not about to change anytime soon.
To be easy pickings. Oh, there's a person walking across the street. Aim, fire, boom. Instead of actually training them to fight military personnel. I had to whistle blow that as soon as I heard that shit. I said to him, I would love to interview you and put that shit on my channel so the people know. But at the same time, I don't want you to get in trouble with the government, so I'll do it for you.
Oh, shut up.
They are using Call of Duty. I have a veteran telling me this shit.
I'm talking to my cat. She's over here. She's wanting me to give her some food. She wants my people food. She's got a whole bowl of cat food over there. I gave her a couple of pieces earlier, but that's all you're getting. You know that. You know you don't get more than a couple of pieces because it'll make you sick.
A veteran who they want back on the battlefield who's disabled.
Nobody wants a disabled veteran back on the battlefield. Are you stupid? Are you freaking stupid?
He tells me he tries to go to the VA to get help because he's homeless. A lot of veterans are homeless now, by the way. U.S. military, the U.S. don't give a shit about our veterans. A shit.
Well, that is a problem. But Shanny, it's not your problem. It's not a problem you should be concerning yourself with. You got enough of your own worries.
He got disabled serving your ass, and you can't even fucking help him have a home.
Sabella's saying Gracie, which is the name of her cat, had a second breakfast, delicate meat stick, and a low crunchy treats, and still beg for more. Cats are what? Cats, yeah, cats are that way. They're like dogs almost. But yeah, while I was cooking my my sliced up roast beef, and I was cutting it into small chunks to fry up in the skillet, So yeah, I had about a pound of it, and I was doing that. The the parts that I probably wouldn't, the least desirable parts of the what I was cutting up, I gave her two of those. Just I gave it to her raw, real tiny pieces, and yeah, I don't. I try not to give her more than say a couple of pieces of human food because the time I went beyond that, it didn't agree with her. She ended up getting sick and puking it up.
For your rich man wars so you could have opium and oil. You can't even give that man a fucking house. Fuck you, U.S. government. Fuck you, U.S. military. You treat these men like fodder. And
Okay. Just because you were in the military doesn't mean you get a free house. Houses are extremely expensive. So that's why certain veterans, depending on what their disabilities and what percentage they get, it actually helps them whatever that percentage they get every month. And even if some retired and they get like retirement benefits, that check they get helps them with living expenses like rent, house payment, whatever. And you do get um, a free VA loan, which is only at 3% a year to buy a house. But first, you have to be approved of, but through the regular banking institutions. Like you go to, let's say, you go to the bank and say, "Hey, I want to buy this house. I need to take a loan to buy this house." And if they approve of you, instead of you paying whatever their percentage rate is, which is a lot higher, then you can take that paperwork and you can go to the VA and you say, "Look, I got approved of to buy this house through this banking institution, but I would like to know if you'll allow me to get the 3% loan instead of having to pay this other loan, which is, I don't know, 12%, 13%, whatever it is. Like I don't know what the loans on houses are, but it's a lot higher than 3. So you can get a lower interest loan, and it'll make it easier for you to make your mortgage payments, plus whatever else if you happen to get a disability. But that's available to all vets. At least when I was in, that's what all vets had available, is they could get that VA loan. But like I said, you have to have good enough credit in order to get a loan without them.
And when they finally get out of the military, you treat them like they don't even fucking matter at the end of the day. That's fucking bullshit.
Is Shanny talking about this because she thinks she should get something for being in the Navy for like what, a month? Does she think that she should get something?
Truly believe you rich fucks out there who want your opium and you want your goddamn oil. I think you guys should go out in the battlefield. Let's see how you handle yourselves. Do your own fucking missions. Don't be sending young.
How do you know they didn't? Typically, most wealthy people that became wealthy in their life are considerably older, like 50s and up. How do you know that when they were in their 20s or late teens and early 20s? How do you know if they weren't in the military? How do you know that?
Young men to go out and fucking get you richer, motherfuckers. That's all these wars are about, is fucking shit. It's not about defense. It's not about protecting the people. It's about oil.
This person is asking, somebody calls himself Stephen King. Says, oh no, that's not him. The one above him. The one's called Trifling Asparagus. Why didn't Jason join? Well, because you can't do drugs while you're in the military. And in the military, you actually have to follow orders and you have to actually do things. You have to actually do work. You have to work. So no drugs and lots of work. So that's not going to work out for him.
It's about materialistic shit. See, the IDF, the reason why their military is doing a war right now is to get rid of the civilian population so they can go and sell real estate. Do you not see it? Do you not see it? Do you not see it? I see it. I see it very clearly. They want us all dead.
Oh, shut up.
They want us all dead so they can go and have whatever they want.
Shanny, you are living in a tent with no income and you have to beg to survive. Wealthy people don't even know you exist. They don't care if you live or die. And that's pretty much how it is with most people. Only people in the reaction community seem to be interested in your life, so to speak. And that's simply because you keep broadcasting everything. Why don't you learn your lesson, shut up, and go take care of yourself? Like the rest of us do.
And we're going to be replaced by fucking AI robots. And if you don't believe me, wait a few fucking years.
AI robots are going to replace Shanny. Really? Is there going to be an AI robot that's a lazy, shiftless bum? If that happens, we are in real trouble. The AI is becoming so prevalent that AI is replacing homeless people. God.
Then you're going to believe me. Then you're going to be like, shit, Shannon called that a long time ago. Yeah, you know why? Because I listen to the goddamn veterans. I listen to the people who were in the goddamn military, and now they're fucking homeless.
You don't listen to me. So you mean you're only listening to homeless veterans? Well, why don't we take a good look at why they're homeless? It's usually for the same reasons that everybody else is. I mean, drug abuse, mental issues, etc. A lot of them probably have nothing to do with the military. They have these issues and they just happen to have been in the military. There's probably a good portion of their issues that aren't service related.
Because our government's not fucking taking care of them like they should. They did serve this country right. Nah, they served a rich man, and the proof is in the pudding of how they fucking treat them. Is they just served a rich man. A greedy, greasy, pedophile, rich man.
Oh, shut up.
And they're training our troops with Call of Duty. Happy 250th anniversary, America.
Well, this is Shanny's job. She makes a 1 hour live stream bitching about everything. Maybe she might get 20 or $40 out of it. Maybe zero. Now that's what Vaughn's been complaining about lately. Is that he goes, look, nobody donated to me on my last video, so get a job. You want to guarantee you're going to get money? Get a job. And work the job and do what you're told. That's what the rest of us have to do. Like I spent the day, okay, I have one client today. Oh, let's see, I dropped myself. I have one client today, and I'll be right back. I have to put this away. Okay, as I was saying, I had one client today. I had to be there for 4 hours. I spent the first hour basically doing basic housekeeping, wiping his kitchen down because he fixed himself breakfast and I had to clean up the kitchen. So I cleaned up his kitchen, which only took about 5 minutes. I just had to wipe things down. Then I go into his bathroom or go in his bedroom. I make his bed, which only took a few minutes. Then I go into the bathroom and I clean down the bathroom and everything, make sure his toilet isn't nasty and stuff. Took roughly around 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes. And a couple of other little odds and ends, like taking the trash outside and things, just little things. That was the first hour of my shift. The rest of the shift, I just kept him company. And then he decided he wanted to go into his bedroom and play around on his computer because that's where he keeps his computer. So he goes in his bedroom and he's playing on his computer. And I'm just sitting there, scrolling through my phone. That's when I could take a break and see stuff like this. And I stay within earshot in case he hollers. I'd be able to hear him and I'd go help him if he's like having a problem or something. And so I'm sitting there in his dining room, scrolling through my phone and stuff. That's pretty much all I did for like an hour and a half, 2 hours. And he comes back and says he wants to have lunch. So I fix him his lunch. And that between time me fixing it and him eating it, that was pretty much the rest of my shift up to about the last 30 minutes of it. And then again, he goes and he's watching TV. He's laying on his couch and he takes a nap. And I sit there and I can see him from where I'm sitting, make sure he's okay and everything. And he did get a grocery delivery and I put that away. And so it really wasn't much. I mean, most of the time I'm sitting there. I'm just sitting there, and that's pretty much my day. So I forget why I brought this up, but you can't just sit around and bitch about everything. You got to get up and actually do a few things. And like I say, if you get to like you work for years and years and years, and you're finally in a position where I'm at, where you're getting Social Security and you only need to work part time, you get a job where it's relatively easy, and you don't have a lot of worries. So I don't understand her lifestyle. I don't. And then now she's always bitching all the time. Like I said, how much free shit can you get and still be unhappy?
We have limited munitions, and it's just a bunch of lazy ass fucking gamers who's our troops now. But they want the real job done by the veterans, those who actually served. They want the disabled
She's
one.
including herself in this. Has to be.
Because they're expendable, right? Pieces of shit. Don't worry. Judgment Day is coming very soon, and America is going to be destroyed just like Sodom and Gomorrah.
Oh, shut up.
Peace of Maranatha.
Hey, there's something that you keep forgetting, all of you that are like out there talking smack on society and stuff while you're homeless. If America is going to go down the tubes, the first people to suffer, and they'll suffer the greatest, are the poor. It isn't like, the poor is going to be just fine and everybody else is going to be screwed, because the poor depend on the kindness of the non-poor. And if the non-poor are not going to be able to help you anymore because they're in trouble, you're going to suffer worse, because what little bit you do get, you can't get anymore. And I think that's a big part of the issue here. People like Vaughn, Shanny, and Jason, I mean, in spite of the fact that they have they're obviously mentally ill and outright crazy, They just don't understand that they depend on us. They feel entitled, but they haven't connected that dot that they need us to prosper so that we can give to them off of our throwaways. It's like if you're eating a T-bone steak and you eat most of it and there's just a tiny bit left, or the parts that you don't like that's left on the bone, they throw it to them. Well, if you're going to take away their ability to do that, then you ain't going to get nothing. Okay, I don't want to do that again. So yeah, so now that's it on Shanny. Let me see if Von Helton's got anything going on. I know he put out at least one. Might as well talk about him since I'm here. I tried to go to TikTok to look at some of his stuff, but all it did was annoy me. I do not like TikTok. There's something about TikTok set up that irritates me. It's not a comfortable place for me. I don't like their setup. So I'm just going to go to Fat Photog. So, oh, couple. Looks like a couple have come out. Okay, let me screen share here. So got his videos. So gosh, there's a couple that come out. Okay, what was this one? Mr. Popular. Okay. Okay, this must have been the one I covered on the last live stream. So let's go here.
Think I'm attractive and want me to come be with them. Suddenly don't want me to come be with them anymore. Isn't that amazing how that shit works?
Okay. I need to back this up because I think we missed the first like couple minutes here. I can't seem to do it right. There we go.
Well, now, isn't this fascinating? Now that it looks like I might be getting housing, now all of a sudden...
Lie. I looked it up. You're in Kentucky, I'm pretty sure. So I looked up Kentucky. Kentucky says that they have closed the whatever the platform is for you to try to apply for housing. So apparently that's been shut down. So there are people on the list still, but from the way I read it, it was like, cause I asked ChatGPT to check this out, and ChatGPT does make a mistake occasionally, but so I asked ChatGPT, is this true? And then ChatGPT said, well, they've shut down the new applicants portion of the of the public housing for the poor, but there are still applicants that have already signed up before they shut it down. So there's this big waiting list. So he's full of crap there. And you don't just get free housing. One problem he's going to have with his free housing is if they look into his previous tenant or housing situation. And if they find out that he destroys property through neglect and actual vandalism or whatever, but his has mainly been neglect. Like when the roof caved in on the bathroom, over the bathroom, the roof caved in, and that was in the main trailer, but he wouldn't fix it. And also the previous issues he's had with his kids being taken away and the conditions and the living conditions that they were living in, which was the same residence that he's had all this time. So it's the same residence. If that ever comes to their attention, they would not let him have free housing because he would damage the property. And on the off chance, if he did get free housing, they do conduct inspections occasionally. They'll come in like twice a year, once every few months or whatever, like apartment complexes do now anyway. And they'll come in, they'll inspect the place, make sure that you're not damaging it, make sure that you're not a filthy pig. And so he's not going to be able to keep his housing. He's going to get kicked out. He might get free housing for a short time if he gets approved, which I doubt. So what he's saying here is bullshit. He can't get on any list because they're not accepting new applicants right now.
And all these women that think I'm attractive and want me to come be with them suddenly don't want me to come be with them anymore. Isn't that amazing how that shit works?
Sabella, you might know more about this since you're I don't know, is he your husband or just your boyfriend? I don't know. Since you live with Nick, and I think Nick has gotten free housing in the past, so you would probably know if they inspect the property to make sure that you're not destroying the place, lack of a better word. That you have to keep the place relatively clean and picked up, and you can't be damaging the place.
I just wish that I'd have saved all my money, but oh well. Everything
What? I wish I had saved all my money. Dude, you're an idiot with money. You wouldn't have saved it. You couldn't save it. Not only that, you were getting money from welfare until you got the property. And I don't know. You might still be getting your EBT, but and I think there's certain rules that apply. If you get $1,500 a month from welfare, whatever that would be, and you're getting money from that, and you say you save back say a few $100s a month, and you constantly saving it back. Welfare finds out about that, they're going to stop paying you because that money is supposed to be spent on your living expenses. That's what it's for. It's not for you to save up and spend on bullshit. So I guess it depends on the investigator, but I would be seriously concerned about them discovering that I had saved up a bunch of money when the whole point of collecting welfare was so that I can afford to live, not so that I could save money. Just save it up.
comes for a reason, and you learn from your experiences, and so that was the whole point. But yeah, now that it looks like I might actually get housing, now all of a sudden all these women that found me so handsome and attractive are suddenly...
No woman finds you handsome or attractive, dude. Oh, I did leave a comment here. I wonder if it's still up there. Yeah, here it is. So I posted earlier today. That was yesterday. 12 hours without so much as a cup of coffee from somebody, because he does make that claim here. He says, I've been out here 12 years and no one's even bought me a cup of coffee. He's talking about the ladies that he claims were interested in him. 12 years without so much a cup of coffee from somebody. What about John and the two of you sharing the double-headed fleshlight? In any case, the women isn't supposed to buy you coffee. It's the other way around. Why won't a woman want you? You're broke, homeless, physically dirty to the extreme, lazy as fucking hell, delusional to the extreme, insane and unbelievably stupid. Yeah, he's a real catch.
Not interested anymore. Isn't that amazing how that works? Because it was never about me, was it? No, it was just about what they could get out of me, be it money, time. You know, a lot of times they just, because a lot of people, well, Vaughn, they never asked you for no money. No, but they asked me for time. They wasted my time. Which,
who cares about your time? You know what your time is worth? Nothing. Nothing. Because you don't work. Your time is worth nothing, dude.
takes me away from the possibility of finding someone real. See,
You won't find anyone real that wants to be with you. No woman wants to be with someone like you, Vaughn. You have nothing. You're not even clean. What woman would want your filthy body touching her? What woman would want that? She'd have to be crazy. She'd have to be in a straitjacket, rubber room level crazy, dude.
And so they still achieve their goal. Their goal is to frustrate. That's what their goal is. Their goal is to frustrate, whether it be financially or with time or with energy or with...
No. Most likely, if it's somebody just messing, just pretending to be this person, I think you're cool, Vaughn. Let's get together. If it's someone that's saying stuff like that and they're not serious, it's because they're doing it for their own amusement. It has nothing to do with you. They're just doing it for their own amusement. Because your time has no value. But that's the value they're getting out of it, is that their time is worth their amusement. They don't care about your time. Your time is worth nothing. Your time is worth nothing to you. If it was, then it would have value and you'd be able to sell it at a certain value, which is like minimum wage at least. So yeah, then your time would have value, but you have nothing. You have none of that. You know what your time is worth? Whatever your food stamps, whatever you get in food stamps, that's what your time is worth. What is it? What do you get in food stamps? $200 a month? So yeah, divide $200 a month by 30 days a month. Divide that however many hours there are in the day, and then you can break it down to the minute. And then however long on YouTube, that's how much your time is worth. Almost nothing.
Whatever. It doesn't have to be money, though. If they're wasting your time, they're doing their job. Because that is their job. Their job is to waste your time. Take you away from things that should be, right?
Should be what? Digging in your dog's ass? What? Like, dude, you don't do shit. You are just like Shanny and Jason. You don't do shit but bitch. You get what you do have is free. It's free for you. It's costing the taxpayer, but it's free for you. You're getting something free and you're complaining. You didn't work for welfare or your EBT. You didn't work for EBT. Now, Social Security is a bit different because Social Security depends on how much you've worked. And they go by what you paid into Social Security, and they also go by your what you report to the IRS. Even if you don't report to the IRS still knows. But they go by how much wages you've earned in your life, and then that's what they determine that you get in benefits. So you have a little bit of say, or it's not. It's not something that would be a slight if you had like an issue with whatever's happening with Social Security since you paid into the system. yeah, it's reasonable to accept that, whatever issues you have to be taken seriously, or at least be credited that yes, you have the right to say something because you paid in. The welfare system, the EBT system, no, that just comes from taxes that people pay. You pay that regardless, and it doesn't matter what you paid in taxes, if any. You will still qualify for the food stamps if you meet the whatever the rules are. It has nothing to do with income. It has nothing to do with what however much money you made in the past. They're looking at, okay, he's in this situation now, and yes, he meets the rules, so yes, he's going to get these food stamps. That's what they go by. So you should be grateful that you get food stamps. You're getting something free. It didn't cost you, and you still complain. Just like Shanny, you got a ton of free crap all your life, and you still gripe.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, now it looks like I might actually be getting a place.
No,
Now it was
no, I don't believe that at all. And if by some chance you got on a list, you're talking about it like it just happened. And no, you're on a waiting list. You're going to be waiting at least a year or longer.
sudden nobody's interested in me anymore. Nobody thinks I'm handsome.
Nobody
anymore.
was in that way. No woman wanted you. You were just being messed with.
That was all bullshit. I knew that was bullshit because
Okay, here we go. A moment of honesty.
no girlfriend in 12 years, man.
What do you think that is?
No girlfriend in 12 years. Well, that's got to be some reason. It's because I'm ugly, and I know it.
That's one reason. There's several others, and I listed them.
And I don't care.
There goes the eye popping again. You just got to pop those eyes out.
I'm totally okay with it.
No, you're not. No, you're not. It's been a few years since I had a girlfriend, but you don't see me online trying to entice women to hook up with you. You put out videos where you're saying, "Oh, I want a woman to go be with and stuff." And you even listed some ridiculous criteria. Dude, you're so fucked up that if there's any woman crazy enough to be with you, you should get on your knees and thank God, okay, that there's one woman out there that gives a damn about you. Come on, dude. I'm not out here saying, "Hey, ladies, I would like to get with some lucky lady out there, but you need to have this, you need to have that, you need to have whatever." That is so stupid, Vaughn. What are you bringing to the relationship besides insanity and filth?
As I drink my Mountain Dew. But yeah, man, totally amazing how all of a sudden, now that it looks like I might be getting a place, now all of a sudden all these women are no longer interested in me. They no longer find me attractive. They know.
Are you trying to make a connection between those two things? And not only that, both are imaginary. The women that say they want to be with you, you were being catfished, more or less. And this house you think you're going to get? No, that ain't happening either.
They no longer think I'm handsome. They just, you know.
So this imaginary bullshit has something to do with this other imaginary bullshit. Listen to this guy. Listen to this guy. Oh my goodness.
They've all clammed up. Isn't that amazing how that works? Isn't that amazing how that shit works? It's just amazing, isn't it? So I'm gonna.
Christy Claus says he thought some woman was going to let this smelly bum in her house to live rent free. No one is that desperate. Nobody I want to know about is. I don't want to meet that woman. I really don't want to meet that woman.
Keep my fingers and toes crossed and hope that one of these several places I got my application in several places. Surely one.
Okay. Bullshit. If you're talking about an apartment complex or house or something, you have to pay an application fee. So bullshit on that. I don't think you had the money for that. But if you're talking about government assistance, like how many places can you apply to get free public housing? Isn't there just like, is there one agency per city or is it like for the whole state? I'm not sure how that works exactly, but so are you trying to suggest that you went to different cities and applied for public housing in different cities? I'm pretty sure you're going to get the same answer. No, I think he's making this up. I think he's just talking smack here. It doesn't make sense to me.
One of these low-income housing places.
Low-income housing places. So yeah, he went to different communities or basically different towns and applied it for their public housing in these different towns. I think it's in Kentucky. Pretty sure it's in Kentucky. So he probably, I don't know how far away these places are, but like he'd go to Knoxville and apply for public housing. He'd go to another city in Kentucky and apply for public housing, like the next day or whatever. I don't know why anybody would do it that way, because dumb commercial. Because they all have to go by the same rules for the state. I'm pretty sure. And so if you're rejected in one city, odds are you're going to be rejected in the others because they go by the same standards.
Will be able to give me a place to live and get me out of this car. I just wish that I could have done this a lot sooner, but I had no idea, Sharpie dog. What are you wanting, Sharpie dog? You need to be asleep, dude, is what you need to do. Woke me up at 12 midnight of all things. You need to get to sleep, dog. Get back here and get to sleep, please. Anyways, I just thought I'd get on here and share that it's an amazing transformation.
You haven't
an amazing transformation.
You haven't transformed to nothing. What are you talking about? Amazing Oh, he's talking about how women don't, now they're not interested in him because he might get housing. Oh my goodness. The delusion is just off the charts.
And all those women that thought I was handsome and good looking and they wanted to be with me and shit.
Nobody said that to you ever. Okay? Stop expecting us to buy this crap. Nobody has ever said that to you. No woman has ever said that to you. Except the crazy woman you got to come move in with you and squeeze out a couple kids for you. And that's because she was already half nuts. Okay? So let's get it real here. No woman has ever called you handsome other than her.
Where'd they go? All of a sudden. Now it looks like I'm going to get me a place to live. Yeah, they all dried up, didn't they? Yeah, they did. Would you quit panting and it not even hot out? What's the matter with you? I don't know what's the matter with him. Something's wrong with it. I don't know what his deal is. But you're not supposed to be panting. You're not supposed to be panting when it's 70 degrees out.
Okay. Dogs pant because that's how they air condition themselves. They don't produce sweat like humans do. So they have to air condition their bodies by panting. And the dog probably wants water and he wants to be let out of the car so that he can run around. That's why the dog is constantly trying to get your attention, because he wants you to pay attention to him. He wants you to let him out of the car so that he could feel a bit of freedom, and it wouldn't hurt to give him some water once you let him out. You can give him some water. How does he water his dog anyway? Like I heard that he puts like food and water in like a regular glass. Like that's hard for the dog to drink. The dog needs like an open container that's like wide, like a bowl or a pan or something. I can't like picture how horrible it is for that dog to be in that car with him.
That's for 90 or 80 or 90 at least. Not 70. Jesus, dog. It's only 70 out. You're not supposed to be panting like crazy.
You're an idiot.
Because he didn't.
The dog's probably hot, even though it's 70. 70 is barely comfortable for me. I got to have it a little cooler than that. I have my my AC set at 68. Yeah, and usually I dress a little cooler than this, but since I'm doing a YouTube video, I like to keep myself covered. But yeah, I'll at the very least be like, I won't have my shirt on. And yeah, so that's comfortable for me. And nobody's here to look at me, so whatever. And if somebody knocks at the door, I'll just throw a shirt on.
And these trolls hear you panting like that, and oh my God, the dog's going to die just any second, which is a total lie, but you know, they'll get you to believe that shit. They'll get you gullible people to believe that shit.
They'll get you,
because that's how they've been doing for years. That's how they've been doing for 20 years. Get gullible people on the internet to agree with their stupidity. Folks, I am a model citizen. I have no criminal record. I don't even have a traffic ticket. All right? There's a reason for that. Because I pride myself on being lawful good. Now that's a term from way back in the Dungeons and Dragons era, back in the 80s. But it fits. Because I am indeed lawful good. I don't go out here and start a bunch of shit. I don't go out here and start trouble. I don't go out here and try to get people in trouble and try to get their stuff taken away from them and stupid shit like that. I don't do stuff like that. You know.
So you claim to be doing stuff that most people do. Most people don't do. They don't cause trouble and shit. Most people live their lives in relative peace, and they don't have issues like with their neighbors and stuff like that. So you're not claiming anything unique, Vaughn. That freaking annoys me when he does stuff like that.
And so for me, it's totally different from, say, these smarmy pardon me, these smarmy trolls on YouTube that followed me over here. Anyways, enough said about that. Point is, though, I just found it interesting and thought I'd remark on it. That all of a sudden, all of those women that were so enthralled with me, now all of a sudden, now that it looks like I'm going to get a place,
Because it was
they all
BS.
dried up and went away.
Because it was BS.
That's amazing. That is just amazing. But anyways, I thought I'd share because I can, because I should, and because you have a right to know.
You know, whenever I need to take Charlotte, which is the name of my cat, whenever I need to take her anywhere, like to the vet, no, there isn't any other place I need to take her, is to the vet. And I have to put her in her little cat carrier. She freaking hates it. And I don't like doing that to her, even just for like a 15 to 30-minute drive to the vet or something. I feel like I'm mistreating her, and she doesn't like it, and I feel bad for her when I have to do that, because I can't just let her just run around in the back seat, because only God knows. My fear is that she'll get under my feet or something, and then I'll have a hard time operating the car, or she'll try to get in my lap. So I have to keep her in the cat carrier. And eventually, when I do end up moving back home to Topeka, Kansas, which will probably be in a couple of years, I'm going to have to put her in that cat carrier, and she's going to have to stay there for over an hour. And that's going to be terrible. Oh yeah, when I moved from one apartment to another, which was only like about a 10 or 15-minute drive, I hated doing that too.
Oh, and trolls. If I do get one of these low-income places, guess what that means for you? That means it's about the time of the end, doesn't it? Yeah.
Oh, then you know exactly what I'm talking about, Christy. She says she's going to move her cat to someplace, and it's going to be a 12-hour trip. Like, dang, man. I would really hate to do that. If I did that, she's going to be so pissed at me by the time we get to where we're going. Not only that, I'm pretty sure she'll need like to go to the bathroom or something during that trip. I wonder how you'd work that out.
See, let me tell you something, folks, that you're not aware of, okay? These YouTube trolls that followed me over here from YouTube, they all got on Skype 20 years ago and plotted to destroy my life and my marriage and my family and my finances.
Nobody cares enough about you to do that crap, Vaughn. Nobody cares about a homeless bum living out of their car. Nobody cares. Nobody's plotting anything against you. God, I hate it when they do this shit. It's like these lolcows that get on there and say, well, because I'm the special one in the universe and this bad stuff is happening to me, it must be because powerful forces are moving against me. God, that is the height of delusional arrogance, man. Why can't you just be a regular person that made a bunch of dumb choices? Why can't you just accept that? And that has been your biggest problem your whole freaking life, next to just being lazy, is that you just can't accept that you have to follow the same mundane rules that the rest of us do. You cannot accept that you're just regular. There's nothing special about you. So you had to keep inventing all this bullshit. Your IQ, your ethnicity, you're this, you're that, your special magic powers, all this fucking bullshit. You just had to keep upping the ante because you can't accept the fact that you have to play by the same rules as the rest of us in this world. Oh, I can't be expected to be just this regular normal person that has to do regular normal stuff in order to live and survive. I've got to be greatness. I've got to be this. Because Vaughn, the people who aspire and do great things, they work at it, or they had something going on in their lives from early where they were able to accept and prepare. Like they studied real hard, or they had a certain innate talent like music or something, and it was cultivated for a good many years. And even then, they still might not make it to the top. But some do. And that's because they had to work at it and work at it and work at it. They just couldn't make up some bullshit out of their ass because oh, I got all this special bullshit in my life. Why am I such a failure? It must be because everyone's conspiring against me. Go fuck yourself.
Because I exposed their Lord and Savior, Barack Hussein Obama, as a non-American and a CIA operative. And they took umbrage at that and decided that they would destroy my entire family and my entire life. And of course, over the subsequent years, they found that they could get the local government to literally do whatever the hell they wanted them to do.
That's a damn
even
lie.
Though many of them have rap sheets as long as my arm. In any event, that's the way that cookie crumbles. But the nice thing about it is that there's a payday someday, and that someday may be here in just a few days. And I hope it is, because I'm ready for this shit to get. This is like I said, and like the gods and goddesses told me, this is not the end. This is the beginning. This is not the end. Say, Vaughn, this shit's been going on for 20 years. Yeah, it has. But this is not the end. This is the beginning. This is where it's my turn to play ball now. It's my turn to have fun. It's my turn to laugh.
20 years.
It's my turn to watch.
Try this on for size. You say this has been going on for 20 years. What if you saved $50 a month every month for 20 years? What if? You say you're ready for this bullshit to end, but you didn't prepare for nothing. $50 a month, that's kid stuff. Any of us could do that. $50 a month, that's $600 a year, Vaughn. For 20 years, you do the math. That's a lot of freaking money. That's 12 grand, Vaughn. You're ready for this to end. Well, you sure didn't work for it, did you?
These people suffer like they made me suffer. That's a wonderful thing. That is a wonderful thing. And I would point out that is the very definition.
Yeah, folks, my real life brother is in the chat. It's Marcus Weiser. That's my real life brother, if those of you don't know. He's 1 year older than me.
Justice. And it's time that these guys got justice, isn't it? Absolutely. So hopefully I will get into me a place, which means the end of the rough patch, which means...
If you say so.
How you doing? How you doing? Yeah, good old Todd has something to answer for, don't you, Todd? Something that happened to me recently. Isn't that right, Todd? Isn't that right, Todd?
Yeah, he's got a love-hate relationship with Todd. Todd keeps trying to get into his personal business, as if that's difficult. And then Todd goes a little bit too far, and then Todd ends up giving him a bit of money. Whatever.
Yeah, buddy, it is. Yeah, buddy, it is. All right, anyways, though, I'm going to get out of here and win because, hey, I want to go back to sleep. That thing back there woke my ass up. Anyways, we're going to head
That
on.
thing back there wants to go outside.
Back to sleep. And just thought I'd get on here and share what a remarkable transformation all the women of TikTok have done. It's
No
amazing.
transformation.
I mean, folks, 12 years without even so much as a cup of coffee from somebody. I think
You're supposed to buy the woman the coffee. The woman is supposed to take you out for coffee. You're supposed to take out the woman for coffee. And that's usually a prelude to a date, which means there has to be something about you that she would find attractive, and then beyond that, interesting. That's just the way our species is. The man makes the offer, the woman ponders the offer, and either rejects or accepts. That's the way it works in a nutshell.
it's pretty obvious I'm not that attractive. I think that's a foregone conclusion, you know. But hey, it's nice to dream, you know. Got to keep the dream alive and all that good shit. Anyways, y'all have a pleasant day and a better.
Yeah, Christy, that's what Charlotte did. When I tried, like, I don't know how this happened, but she got fleas a few years back. And I tried everything. I tried the powders. I even tried to give her a bath. Oh my God, that was awful. And she thought I was punishing her. She thought she was in trouble. And no, I was trying to get rid of her fleas. And then I finally went to one of the pet store places, and I asked one of their experts there, and they said that this one thing works really good. Just follow the instructions. And some kind of collar where you put it around her neck, and you have to like cut off the excess, and it releases some kind of chemical or something where it doesn't harm the cat, but it kills off the fleas. And I put it on her, and after a week, she didn't have any problem with fleas, so it worked. But when I first put it on her, she did exactly that. She laid down on the floor and wouldn't move. And she finally gradually got used to it. And like every time, like that's I guess that's just the way cats are. Because every time I try to do something like that, she acts like she's in trouble. She it's like she thinks that I think she did something bad.
Come on. Bye.
Okay, God, I hate it when this happens. So now it's gonna.
That sucks. Then write a better report. Too bad, so sad.
Statement. I smell marijuana.
There we go. All right. That was some judge show. But let's see what we got going on here. Okay. So, yeah, that's pretty much all I got. I just had to respond to that Shanny crap. Oh, man. It just never stops with these people, man. You try to wash your hands of them. You try to walk away, and they won't. They don't let you. They don't let you just leave. They just have to keep. They just have to keep doing this dumb shit instead of just living like. Oh, I gotta stop screen sharing. It's probably hard to look at. So instead of just just taking care of their business, they got to come on here and talk like they're owed something from us. Like we owe them. Like I don't understand that attitude. Why do we owe you anything? Why do you think you have the right to dictate to us how we're supposed to treat you? You get treated the way you treated. If you don't like it, go the fuck away. So, man, I mean, everything's been said, and they still don't get it. Like what? Like, and I asked this question. I did. What the heck, Shanny? If you hear this, please tell us. What do you want from us? What are we supposed to do so that you don't act like some jaded ex-girlfriend? So yeah, it's just mind blowing. So yeah, I'm going to end this. I do have to get up in the morning, so I'm going to have to go. And you all have a good night and peace, everyone.